Anna.
What's up, Mary?
Hey.
Hey, Mary.
So listen, I'm just gonna kind of tell you what I'm thinking here before we get started, and just to kind of know what I'm after here. I think it's been like what 2 weeks since we had our last meeting, like a serious sit down discussion about things in the city,
Oh, here
materials
we
and
go.
whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted to kind of like touch base and discuss how things have been going and where things are going to be going because there's some issues that I need to bring up.
Okay.
So, first thing, I had a chat with one of my guys this morning, and they told me that apparently, like, union members are going around selling parts on the side to a lot of people, and we're not actually getting the materials. So all these other mechanic shops are getting parts at like materials at, like $3 per, and their doors are open just fine, and they're able to like charge less than us. They're able to do repairs cheaper than us because they're paying less than us, and we're not actually getting that exclusivity that we were promised.
I mean, you are. Whoever's saying that is bullshit, but you can continue.
Well, I mean, like that's just what I'm being told. So I wanted to know what's going on with that.
Whoever's telling you that is bullshitting. Straight up lie. Why you think we
Well,
have the manpower to give you around 6,000 to 10,000 materials a day and fulfill side orders like that?
no, I don't think so. But like that's just what I was told, and I thought it was appropriate to bring it up with you since you're the leader of it. So
Yeah, I mean, there's just that's just impossible. We produce 6,000 to 10,000 materials a day. That goes all to you. We don't have the manpower to be dealing with any of the mechanic shops, even if we wanted to.
yeah, that's true. But here's the second issue that we run into. All these other mechanic shops have basically their own dedicated sanitation crews because they guess they couldn't buy from you, so obviously they had to start sourcing shit themselves. But they're sourcing shit just fine, and they're actually running really well, and they're charging like $30 less a part than us, and they can afford it because they're getting their materials either themselves or at like half the price. And now we're kind of suffering from the opposite problem of like we have all these materials um, and there's basically no one to actually do the work on their cars for because they just can't afford the prices that we're demanding.
Okay.
And I think this is kind of like it's a bigger issue overall because um, I can consume as much materials as you can give me as long as the economics of it makes sense, right? Like
Right.
if car parts were going for like $100 out there per, $4 is 100% easy peasy, not an issue to do at all. But you have them down at Popular Motorworks charging 65 per, which is literally like it's $35 less per
What shop?
part.
Who runs that shop?
Vinny,
So Vinny's charging 65 per. Okay.
yeah. I don't know what the LS Customs guys are doing. I think they're doing like 85, 90, something like
Who runs
that.
that shop?
That's Nino.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're still getting business. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we're still using the materials that you're providing, and we're still getting customers. But during this time, it's dead as hell. We counted yesterday. I spent basically the entire tsunami at the shop. We had 7 customers come in, and they were all government vehicles. Um, and it's we're really only selling stuff out later in the next tsunami when people are not able to be at those other shops essentially, or like they're not staffed.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just kind of an issue because we essentially have no presence or name in this time because we're so expensive.
Well, you gotta factor in a lot of people probably don't have they don't own cars and all that kind of shit yet, right?
Well, it's kind of two things. The first thing I suspect is 2 days ago. Remember when you gave me that huge order of like 60,000 materials, and I blew through it all in like a day?
Yeah.
Um, Basically, what happened that day was, for some reason, I couldn't make any car parts on my small bench, and we were pretty staffed all day long. Like
Yeah.
there's always people coming in the door. Next day, I could make them on my small bench again, and I
Yeah.
didn't see anyone, not a single fucking soul. And I think a lot of people are out there just running sanitation to fix their own shit, which cuts into what we can do even further.
Yeah, but okay. I'm
Some of these problems like I can't fix. Like there's only so much I can do. Like we're essentially like the backup option for people. Like if they can't fix their shit themselves, they come to us
Yeah.
essentially. And we're
Um,
so fucking expensive compared to everyone else that they'd like to go
s-
to.
so what is your solution then?
Well, I don't know. I mean, like when we first had our meeting like 2 weeks ago, our idea and our plan was to kind of choke out the competition and control the material market. But it looks like everyone's just kind of doing it themselves, and we're not really having that effect that we were hoping to have.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, nobody in the city can match what we're doing right now
You're
in terms
definitely
of
right.
our material output. Like
Oh,
literally
100%.
zero.
I agree with you on that one. But the issue that I'm running into though is just like we're essentially servicing like half of the city right now, and the other
Yeah,
half is just doing it themselves. Like, and we're servicing later in the day, like 12 hours from now.
yeah.
Like there we have customers out the door. They all need like 7 parts across. Like we can't keep up. Like it's not an issue there. And then like 6 hours go by and there's no one in the shop for the rest of the fucking day.
Okay.
So I don't know. Like it's because part of me doesn't see it as that big of an issue because you're still getting materials. I'm still using them, right? Like there's still money being made. But I see it as a longer term issue because it's not really sustainable because you can't run a mechanic shop that only functions for 6 hours out of an entire day.
Yeah.
And then you add
Um.
in these electronic repairs issues with everyone like demanding fucking $8 for circuit boards, which raises the price of that. And these guys, since they're doing it themselves, they're happy to lose that money, right? Like they're happy to just toss that money away and not sell them on the market and just use them for car parts. So they don't have to pay that premium. So
Yeah.
not only are they like $20, $30 cheaper than us, they're also able to offer that full repair that we can't do because, we're paying, I think like $7 is what we were talking about for circuit boards.
Hmm.
And, that's just not sustainable in the long term.
I mean, so what are you saying? You want to run your own crew down at sanitation? I mean, by all means, I wish you the best of luck. I would
No,
love to see how long they last. You know what I mean? These people aren't gonna last doing this. I'm telling you, the shit down at
that's
sanitation
not
is
what
a
I'm
shit
saying.
show.
No, I don't want to run shit myself. Like if I did that, I would just put together a crew to go run it, and then I just want to talk to you anyway. I'm coming to you because I want to try and figure out a solution here.
Well, I mean, I don't really know. I mean, in my mind, if you're still selling repairs and selling on repairs, right? Uh,
Mm.
I think at some point we just have to accept the fact that there will be competition. I mean, there isn't ever only going to be one McDonald's. There's a Burger King. There's a Taco Bell. There's a KFC. There's a Burger Shot. There's a Senior
Yeah,
Buns.
no, I agree with you, but the problem is like we all offer the same service, and people are going to go where it's cheaper at the end of the day, right? Like I have to consider the price at some point.
So who are the cheapest shops right now? Is it
Popular
Nino and
Motorworks.
Vinny?
Yeah. So here's the thing. Popular Motorworks are able to do 65 per because they're selling crowbars for a $19,000 profit per. So they don't fucking care about mechanic work, basically. Um,
What?
yeah. Okay. I didn't tell you this. So basically, Joseph Arrowhead, fucking tow truck driver.
I know. I no idea who that is.
Well, he's some fucking tow truck driver. He spent every single penny he has on crowbars, and he's been supplying them to Vinny, who sells them exclusively at Popular Motorworks for 20 grand a pop.
Okay.
And it costs him probably like $100 per crowbar to buy, and they've been selling them constantly. So he's probably I'd guesstimate he's probably made at least $200,000 in the last day off this shit. And
Okay.
I can't keep up with that. Like I've made maybe like 40 grand on all the mechanic parts that we've sold. I just
Yeah.
like
I mean,
there's not that much
that
money
just
in this
sounds
shit.
fucked. Yeah.
There's nothing I can fucking do about it. And he's subsidizing these crazy markups to do super cheap repairs.
Is that sustainable though?
I mean, it's sustainable for a pretty while because this is not the kind of guy who is interested in the long term. He's just trying to fucking like, he's trying to make himself look good.
Okay.
But I'm also kind of running this issue where like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like being a mechanic means fucking nothing, right? Like I
Yeah.
thought that putting all my time down at the shop would really like it would play out the way that I thought it would. But literally fucking everyone and their mom is the master mechanic. And like they're all just happy to do this shit themselves. Like I don't know. I just feel like our shop's kind of pointless half the time.
Like, I feel like a lot of people like lost their rep though because they're doing other shit.
My job is essentially to meet up with you, get some parts, spend fucking 12 hours in my house making parts, and then sell them all. Like that's, you know, it's not really the life I wanted to live.
Okay.
So I guess I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm happy to keep going with our deal, but it's just $4 per is just a lot. And the thing that I was hoping to by giving you that price was that, you know, people would start getting choked out, that people would have to pay more, and that the other mechanic shops would have to raise their prices to match what we're charging.
Yeah.
But they're just not, you know? They're just doubling down.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm gonna have to do some fucking investigation. I want to see exactly who's supplying them, how much they're selling for, and then if I can handle it within the yard by fucking bashing some fucking heads in, I'll fucking do that.
They have their own suppliers. There's one guy named like Charles, I think. I don't remember his full name.
Who is Vinny and Nino suppliers? You know?
From my understanding, Vinny just has people that work at the shop do it, because they don't care about their mechanic rep, so they
Gotcha.
they just do that shit themselves, right?
Gotcha.
And then for Nino, I was told that they have a guy. I think his name was Charles. I didn't really catch his full name. I honestly wasn't paying that much attention. But he kind of does all the supplying for him. But they could have more people as well. That's just what I've been told.
Okay. I mean, the thing is, if they're selling crowbars for that much, then even we can't compete with that. That's what's offsetting everything else at their shop. Even we can't compete with.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, I want you guys to get paid fairly for the work you're doing, because I know sanitation is fucking the worst thing in the world. But,
The thing is, how
you know,
often is
like,
their shop open though? I feel like they're probably not even that dedicated to stay down there often. Oh.
They're open for this entire tsunami, basically.
Okay.
I don't think. Here's the thing, though. Like, I don't think they get that many customers. I don't really swing by there that often, but I don't hear about much people going there. It's just that they're basically a constant thorn on our side, where we just constantly have people yelling at us about being scammers and shit, and then going down there and giving us a bunch of bullshit. I don't know. A lot of these issues like are things that I don't really have a solution for because they're out of my control.
All right, let's look. We'll look into it. I'll talk to the union and see if anybody's actually selling this shit. I mean, I seriously doubt it, but I could be wrong. And if they are, I mean, we're just gonna beat the fuck out of them and you know, make sure to never work a day in their life at the yard again.
Yeah.
If I can get names of who's actually selling that would help us tremendously as well.
Okay. Yeah, I can get some names for you if possible. I'll see what I can do. Does Ash work with you guys?
Yeah, she hasn't officially started yet, but we're kind of in talks of finalizing things between her coming into a union, and we're working on merger with another small unit in the other storm that's coming in as well.
She's not, okay, someone told me that she was part of the union, but she's not yet officially.
She kind of is, and she kind of isn't. Yeah, we haven't been able to see each other to kind of finalize things yet. Different schedules and shit.
I got you. I understand. Okay. I mean, like, listen, and ultimately, I just want everyone to get paid. You know, I want my mechanics to make some money. I want you guys to make some money. You know, I want everyone to be fucking eating good, right?
Yeah.
But right now, like, the mechanics are down fucking bad, and the issue just comes in that, like, it's everyone doing it to themselves, and I'm trying to compete with them to make sure that they can get paid, and I fucking can't, you know? I can't keep up with these people.
Yeah, I gotcha. I mean, listen, we'll look into it, and we'll see what we can do, all right?
Okay. I mean, like, I'm just gonna tell you this number just because I don't think you understand how bad it is. Okay, like one of my mechanics was at the shop yesterday for 11 hours, and he made $800 standing there working on people's cars. He made $800. Yeah, and that was with you know with parts that we supplied at the prices that we had. They make about $14 per part that we sell, and they don't really sell that many parts.
Damn.
There's not a lot of people coming in. And that's at our current price point. There's just no room for them to make any money, you know? Like most of the money that we make goes back to you guys.
I mean that's fucked.
Yeah, it's really bad, dude. Like I've had them. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's really fucking hard. Like I've had people on like the brink of tears coming up to me, and like it actually fucking it kills a part of my soul to hear them like talk to me the way that they sound. Like they sound like they're fucking literally broken. Like they're like, I just love this job. I just can't fucking do this. I make no money doing this. I can't be
I
here.
think I think it's
No
also
one ever comes
important
in.
to
Like it's hard, man.
I think it's also important to understand too, though, right? The more people that start buying cars, owning cars, I think it's going to help that market a lot. And then when the mayor comes in, hopefully they can put
Well,
a
we don't
stop
have
at.
any cars to sell. There's people that want to buy them, but we don't have any in stock.
Yeah, but I'm sure that's eventually going to change, right? I mean, it's inevitable. People are going to eventually own cars. I think that's a guarantee in the future.
Sure, but like I don't know when. Like, what am I supposed to tell my guys?
I mean, indoor, you know what I mean? Look at the bigger picture. Be honest.
I mean, yeah, you say that, but like they'll go like do some sanitation and they'll see like how much they're making and I've lost so many people just like completely quit to go work other jobs because they can't do it. Like I can't tell people to not make money while all their friends are making money, you know?
Yeah.
Like what if that was my answer to you and you're like, well, we married, we can't do $1 of material, and I'm like, well, you just gotta figure your shit out until it changes. Like it's not really an answer, you know?
I mean, we endure a lot too, though. You know what I mean? There's some things that we just have to endure, right? For example, the circuit boards that we moved to, yeah, we're losing a fuck ton of money on that shit, but we know that it's just something that we have to endure because we're looking at the bigger picture, right? Keeping this relationship going.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, I agree with that. But you know, I can endure it. But these fucking people, they're standing there all day with literally looking at a fucking wall doing nothing. Like, what am I supposed to tell them? Just keep looking at that wall. It'll get better. I don't know that it'll get better. It's
Yeah.
hard, you know.
Okay. Okay. Let us look into it, and then we'll see what we can do. All right.
Yeah, I got
If you have a solution you prefer as well, you know, you let us know. We'll see if we can work with that.
I mean, I don't really have a solution right now. I'd have to think about it because I think any solution proposed would be a relatively big one. So, like a more well thought out one. Besides shit that I'm just spitballing.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. As for the order for today, um, I have to go do some math on that and figure it out. I don't think I can do anywhere near as many circuit boards at $7 per, but I'll put together a number. It'll probably be like 500 maybe.
All right. Just let us
Maybe
know. We'll
1,000.
put an order together. Okay.
Yeah,
And
I
then
got you.
we'll look into some solutions that can make this better for you. Okay.
Okay.
If you can give me names of motherfuckers who are doing that as well, that helps us tremendously. You know.
Yeah, I'll let you know what I can find.
All right.
Thanks, thing.